guys? Welcome to another episode of Too
Welcome.
Much Sauce. I'm your boy
Welcome
Romeo.
to a sauce. I'm Brandon.
How you guys doing? I'm glad you guys are with us again for another episode. We got a lot of things coming at you today. First things first, let's get at it. World Baseball Classic, bro. How you feel about it, man?
I was rooting for Puerto Rico. My heart's broken. But the better team won. Actually, in USA, they brought it. They were they had a lot of heart this whole tournament, man. So it was good to see them come out on. I mean, happy they came out on top. If it's not Puerto Rico, it's definitely USA. So it didn't hurt that much to see at least one of my teams win. So it definitely was cool. It was fun to watch. A lot of energy.
Definitely, man. Both being Puerto Rican, I was definitely going for Puerto Rico. But, man, I just got to let you know, man. I feel like, to be honest, this whole tournament, I don't think Puerto Rico deserved to be in that championship game, man. I'm going to be realistic. I personally think Puerto Rico, when they played USA the first time, if it was anybody like Kershaw pitching against Puerto Rico, anybody like Chris Bryant up to that plate, they would have whooped that ass real bad. They whooping that ass the other day in the championship game. I don't think Puerto Rico would have been able to last against USA. And on top of it, if Johnny Cueto would have pitched for Dominican Republic, I doubt Puerto Rico would even been close to facing them.
But look who they have. Dominican has a squad. Has a squad. I don't want to hear that. Offensively, they have a better team. They should have beaten us the first time. We don't even have that great of a pitching staff, and we won. So I don't want to hear anything about Puerto Rico should have never made it because they were a better team in every game. They beat USA the first game of Kershaw. Clayton Kershaw would have known.
You think Puerto Rico could have beat Japan?
If USA beat Japan, Puerto Rico could have beat Japan. Yes, I think they could have beat Japan.
I don't think so, man. Japan had really.
That's like saying USA. USA should have lost
then yesterday.
Right now. USA should have lost yesterday then because if it wasn't for the rain, if it wasn't for the rain, it wasn't for the bobble.
Japan would have won. Japan would have been in that championship. I agree.
Pretty much.
I agree on that, but I just don't think Puerto Rico. They're a great team. I'll give them credit. They're a great team. They're cocky as hell too. I'll get into that in a bit.
That's
great. They play with passion. That's passion. That's fine.
You want to play.
But let me tell you this. When you see players like LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Cam Newton, all these guys that are cocky as hell, people always give them criticism because they're cocky. Now remember the World Series game? You watched that World Series? Not the World Series game. The Cubs-Giants game. When for the Giants, that we were losing. It was the game where we were losing bad, and they were like, "Man, it's over." Cubs, everyone was downhill, and there was that dude on the Giants team that had that funny ass look that everyone was.
He was on the camera the whole game. He was literally on the camera the whole game.
Now imagine if they flipped the script. Imagine if the Giants, who's the first player they would have looked at and be like, "Man, fuck that dude on the Cubs." Who's the first player?
I know it would have been biased. It would have been biased.
Now, think about that, dude. Think about that.
Think about what?
Doesn't that mess up the whole class of the sport? Doesn't that mess up the whole mindset of baseball's supposed to be class? You know what I'm saying?
Man. I think baseball needs energy. Games are 3 hours long, and I don't get through the first hour. I waste 20 minutes on pitchers warming up. I waste 20 minutes on watching a pitcher warm up between commercial breaks. I waste another 20 minutes on an umpire, on a coach making calls, and I waste another hour. If I watch a White Sox game, I waste 3 hours listening to Steve Stone talk and whatever his name is. Just straight up boring games. Okay, baseball needs energy. So when I see Puerto Ricans, I see the Dominicans, I see those guys getting hyped up, showing that emotion, showing that love for the sport. I think, why not? I don't want to sit there and watch people sit there with a bunch of straight faces like, okay.
Okay, then
that's a good double play.
That's fine. But why aren't guys like Kershaw, like Chris Bryant, representing this U.S. team that's supposed to be a World Cup of this baseball, and it's not
because
there's no emotion.
I tell you what, the reason why is because this is the first year that the World Baseball Classic has ever hit over 1 million people in the stadium. This is literally it's picking up as the years go on. It's starting to pick up. So next year, the next 3 years, I promise you, there's gonna be bigger names in that USA team. I'm pretty sure. And on top of that, these young guys that have too much attitude on the field will be a little bit mature. So maybe, you know, for the sake of baseball, they won't have that much heart, and they'll, you know, they won't show expression or show passion for the game.
I just think, man, like when I saw Baez, he's a great defender, man, great guy on the field. I just have two things I gotta say about him. First of all, it seems to me when he bats, he's just swinging for the fences like all the time. You gotta work on that. That's fine.
Every team has that
fix.
player.
Right. That's a quick fix. But when you get the ball, when you get the ball and you tag somebody and don't look, if you mess up, bro, and it'll come back to haunt him. I'm not saying it will. Granted, I will hope it doesn't, because you know Cubs, you know, but we got depth too at the same time. But if that comes back and bites him in the ass, bro, everyone's gonna be talking shit about that man. And he's got to fix that. He's got to fix that. And I agree. He's playing with passion. I get that. But dude, if that ball would have slipped to the left or to the right, and he didn't look to tag, make the tag.
It's different, man. He's not gonna be. Look at man. He's not gonna do that on the Cubs. He's not gonna do that in Wrigley Field. He's not gonna do that. That's a different ball game, man. When it comes to the World Baseball Classic, for Hispanics, it's a game of pride. It's a game of pride for Hispanic. That's the reason why that energy is at another level. When you see guys like Ian Kinsler complaining about, these Dominicans and these Puerto Ricans are playing with too much, dude, that's because you know what? This is what they look forward to when they get a chance to play for their island, for their country, for their state. Dude, this is something huge to them. This is bigger than just what it is, a World Series. It's everything. You know, it's it's a showcase, you know, and they want to be out there and they want to prove, they want to do for their country. That's fine, man. And I just feel like the World Baseball Classic, US wise, I hope this definitely bolsters it up to, you know, get more fans into it, get the players more involved, because they had a lot of fun. Adam Jones, that dude went off this whole tournament. Stroman, dude went off. Yeah, I mean the whole
every Puerto Rican.
He's half Puerto Rican, yeah. His parents.
It's just so much. It's so much.
My thing is,
I don't want. Go ahead.
My thing is on Ian Kinsler's comments. What pisses me off the most about him is that his team was getting hyped up. Adam Jones stole the home run. The walk-off home runs he's had. That team's had, if any team's had a lot of passion, it's been them. And it's been them about the energy and the emotion. So I don't get where in his mind he doesn't see his team do that when they did it.
I think it was more of a mental thing, like trying to get in their head. I think it was when Kinsler said that, he was trying to get in their head, because Puerto Rico got to everybody said doing plays like not looking and tagging. It was like, man, those guys are good. I mean, and they lost to them before. I just think, man, you gotta have class, and no matter.
Today was an emotional game.
Obviously, yeah, be energetic. Oh, no, without a doubt. It was definitely an emotional game. I mean, hats off to Puerto Rico, hats off to USA. You know, they both busted their ass. You know what I mean? Puerto Rico was undefeated. Yeah. That's great. But I just think if there was better athletes, if Johnny Cueto played for Dominican, if Chris Bryant played for USA, if Kershaw played for USA, if all these guys came out, I just think the whole tournament would have been different. Personally.
Yeah, but that's. I mean, these are what ifs. These are a bunch of what ifs, though. And to be honest,
that's true. What ifs are here and there. But I just look at it more realistically.
Yeah, realistically, none of them came. So I mean, it doesn't matter if these guys don't want to play. These guys get to pick and choose.
Next to that.
I mean, that's on them. I don't want. What bothers me is I don't want to hear like. These teams already get the chances that if they want to come show up, they can show up even middle of the tournament. Like, Kershaw sees them doing so well. Kershaw could be in the middle of the tournament and say, oh, you know what? Let me join because I want to pitch. That's unfair. I think that rule, I think in any team, I think no team should be able. Even Puerto Rico. If Puerto Rico would have had a stud out there and he were to see that Puerto Rico is doing good and wanted to join the team, I don't think he should join. He was never there from the beginning. He shouldn't try to show up at the end and take the glory and try to win a championship. That's not right. I don't think that's anywhere cool at all.
And it's also organized terrible, to be honest. I think the tournament, like for instance, USA just played the day before the championship game. Puerto Rico had a day like a rest. You know what I'm saying? I think it should be more like major leagues. You get 3 days to play, 3 days off, 3 days to play. Obviously, it's hard to do because we need to get this MLB season going. But it's just like they need to just fix that whole rule
Let's
system. The officiating was terrible on top of it. I mean, granted, we got replays, which is great, but I just, man, that whole, there's a lot to talk about.
Man, you know what?
World
the officiating is bad. If you want to see all 162 games of the year, there's not one good game at all. Period. There's always one bad empire. So I don't want to hear like if it was like Puerto Rico got the calls because there were pitches on the USA side that they were getting calls. Other teams, Dominican, all these teams got calls. Yeah, all these teams got calls. So officiating was just bad overall. But you know, it's part of the game. Like unless you want to throw a robot out there that can scan a strike zone and calls balls and strikes perfectly, then go for it. But you know what? That's taken away.
The whole tradition of the game. Right?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't mind tradition. I don't mind respect for the game. But you know what? I don't mind also seeing a little fire in these players. I like that. I like that they want to be on the field. I like that they're out here trying to show that we're the better team. Like I don't get why the sport should be, well, you know what? You guys are competing professionally, and you guys, you know what? Winners win, and you know we just shake hands afterwards. I don't get it, man. If they want to do it like how the NHL...
I look at a guy like Ben Zobrist, guys like Addison Russell. Those guys, you know, they don't... I mean, they play pride within what
every
they play.
sport, every sport has energy, has emotion, has passion. Baseball's the only one where people complain about it. Even basketball has it. And what happens after every game? They want to shake hands. They want to, you know what, give each other respect. Good game, yada, yada, everything. But baseball's the one sport where everybody's got to be like, you know what? Don't do that. You know, it's okay. Don't get it. There's no energy. Stop that. No energy. You know what? We don't like energy here. We like boring. You know what? Let's sit here for 3 hours, 4 hours baseball. I love, I don't want to. Yeah, you know what? I love a defensive game. This is great. I love it. Nobody scored. Nobody wants that, man. People want to see home runs. People want to see singles, doubles, offensive. If it's a pitching duo and you love the game, that's a different story. I could see a pitching duo and watch the whole game go 0-0 and see who comes out on top. But in terms of the other stuff, nah, man. I'm sorry, man. I can't. The game cannot get soft. I do not like it at all, man.
I mean, and I get that, man. I just think, I don't know, man. I just think we're gonna be in the ass in this championship game. I just think I don't know, man. They just, it's 8-0 now.
Oh, they didn't have They didn't have the pitching staff. They don't have the pitching that the USA has.
I never heard of that guy.
Lugo pitches for the Mets, and he's a pretty good pitcher. He's not their main people, their main guys. Where you can name off the top of your, you got Thor, you got all these freaking guys over there. I mean, like what I'm saying is Puerto Rico doesn't have the pitching, so what they did with it, to get where they got, is good. I don't want to hear it because you know what? They faced Stroman the last time and Stroman beat him. Yeah, of course Stroman beat him. But you know what? They faced the same batting lineup. They pitched against them and they beat those guys too. And you know what? When you got a pitching staff of Puerto Rico that was inconsistent, what do you want?
If you had,
what?
If they had Kershaw, if USA had Kershaw, I just don't think I don't know, man. I don't know. We're just gonna let's just move.
But that's their decision. That's their decision. Yeah, Kershaw comes in, but Kershaw was the guy against the Cubs, and what did he do? He lost, right? Did he lose?
But that's my thing.
Did they go to the World? Did Dodgers go to the World Series?
They're playing one game. You only need to play one game, and it's like that's why I don't like the whole system of the World Baseball Classic. You just get like one win, you win the championship. It's not best of 7.
Yeah, man, but what I'm trying to say is I think if they move the World Baseball Classic to the end of the season, I think these teams would probably have more players and they'd be in mid-season form. So maybe some of these teams would be, more stacked. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, man, and that's what I'm saying. Like that brings me back to USA, bro. Like we would have waxed that ass 20-0 in the championship game with Puerto Rico.
Whoa. I don't know about 20-0, bro. That's a little exaggerated.
I'm just saying,
a little exaggerated.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I know 20-0, bro.
I mean 8-0. They won 8-0 with Christian. Who's Christian Yelich? I ain't never heard that name in my life.
Left fielder or right fielder of Miami Marlins. I know who he is. I know who he is.
Okay,
So
all right.
first off,
and this dude,
put some
and
respect,
if they
put some
won with
respect
this
on Puerto
guy,
Rico. Put some respect on Puerto Rico. Okay,
no,
we've came out
I
with some of the
respect Puerto
best.
Rico, that's
We've
fine.
came out with some of the best
But they didn't
baseball
deserve to
players
be in
the
that
league.
championship game, bro. They did not deserve to be in that championship
but
game. I
guess-
just don't
guess
think
who was-
they could have cut it with. I don't think they could have
But
cut it
guess
with if
what?
Johnny Cueto.
Guess what? Who was in the championship game? If Puerto Rico wasn't allowed to be in there, who was in it though? What? What?
Puerto Rico's in it. That's
Okay,
fine.
okay, that's what
but
I'm
that's
trying
like
to
an
say.
asterisk. That's like an asterisk right there.
No.
That's like.
Dominican? You could have gave
no,
Dominican
it's-
Dude, it doesn't matter, bro.
Oh,
Dominican
man.
had a perfect
No, it does
pitching
matter.
staff.
It does
They-
matter, bro.
Johnny
It
Cueto,
does matter. When baseball
Johnny
fans,
Cueto
when
would have
baseball
changed
fans,
the whole thing.
when
of what you're
baseball
talking
fans, yeah, he could
One
have.
person, Johnny
Yes,
Cueto would
one
have
guy,
changed
yes.
the whole thing.
Kyle Schwarber changed it up for Cubs, didn't he?
No, we're not talking
Didn't
about.
when
We're
Kyle
not
Schwarber
talking
came in
about
Cubs?
the.
No,
We're
no.
not talking about the. We're not
But
talking
that's
about the World
baseball.
Series. We're
That's
not talking
baseball.
about
That's how much one man changes a team. If Johnny Cueto came in for Dominican Republic and pitched his lights out for his country, which we talking about pride,
Yeah.
Puerto Rico might not have been in the championship.
Hey.
Man. I'm telling you, because Kyle Schwarber came in, everyone's like, Kyle Schwarber, yeah.
Yeah, but Puerto
and,
Rico.
Indians were
The
scared.
thing is that but
Indians were
the
scared.
thing was, if Johnny Cueto would have not faced, if anything, it would have been Dominican and Puerto Ricans in the championship game, because Puerto Ricans.
No.
Yes,
no,
it would
because
have.
no,
Because
if
Puerto
USA
Ricans
if
would have made
USA
it out. Puerto Ricans would have made it out of the pool of Dominican. Look, if
If
Dominican.
USA, no.
Romeo, who were the top 14?
Go.
Who were the teams that made the pool? Who were the top
Yeah,
three
it was
teams? Puerto Rico,
Dominican, USA.
Okay,
but what I'm trying to say is, if these other players came, if Kershaw came,
Mm-hmm.
if Scherzer came, if Bryant played, USA would have dominated that pool, and then
you
it would
need to
have been just
understand-
Puerto Rico and
you-
Dominican
you
Republic.
need to understand-
And then USA would have had to play Netherlands.
You need to understand how the pool play works, because the schedule would have still stayed the same. So at the end of the day, Dominican would have played freaking USA regardless, because that's how the pool play would have ended up.
That's fine.
Okay, so then it would have
I
Puerto
still
Rico would
think
have never
USA
made it
waxed
out.
that ass.
But the thing is that it would have been Dominican. It would the same thing would have happened. It would have been between Dominican and USA to win, to then go to the championship. That's how it was, because Puerto Rico won.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico played.
No.
Who did Puerto Rico play to get to the
Puerto
get to
Rico
the
played-
thing? To get to the
Netherlands.
they play Venezuela. They play Venezuela to go to the next to go
That's
to
my
the
point, but
to
Venezuela ain't got
the-
nobody.
to go.
Oh my God!
That's
All
what I'm
right.
trying to
You
figure
know
out.
what?
Figure out.
You know what? You know, it's a heated
Puerto Rico
conversation, guys.
played
You know
Venezuela
what? This ain't
to
gonna
go
end. I'm just
to
gonna.
the
End, I'm just gonna
Okay.
end it right here.
USA,
I'm gonna end it right here. This is too
USA,
much sauce for you right now.
USA
Nah, USA,
played
bro.
Dominican
USA.
Republic to go to the next
Dude,
round.
if
That's what it was.
if
The
you
whole
watch
point.
any-
That's why USA
bro.
ended up playing
Bro.
Japan, because USA and Japan played that game. What it was, it would have been.
In Japan, and if
Listen,
all right,
I'm talking
nah.
about USA and Dominican Republic, the two alphas. If they had their all stars, they would have still ended up facing
Yeah.
each other. Listen, they would have still ended up facing each other. That's what you're not getting. They would have still had to face each other
Yeah, I
to
get that.
go to the championship. You get what I'm saying? So Puerto Rico would have still made it, because they would have still been beating Venezuela. Get what I'm saying? So they would have been Venezuela.
So they would have been in the semifinals.
So Puerto Rico, it would have been Puerto Rico. It would have been the same outcome. But it would have still be USA versus. It would have been USA or Dominican Republic versus Puerto Rico in the final, because
I thought
we
they
still
were
had
in
to
the same-
face.
no, it's the runner-up. No,
Yeah, but no. You're not listening. You're not listening. You remember how did Puerto Rico had to beat Venezuela? Puerto Rico beat Venezuela, but they beat
No,
USA
they
to
were
get
in
to
the
the
same
champ.
pool.
Yes, listen. Puerto Rico had to beat USA to win, to go to the next round. Okay, let's say they lose, all right? Then they play Venezuela, okay? They beat Venezuela, they go on to the next round, all right? Then it was still Dominican versus USA. Dominican versus USA will be between one of those teams, whoever won or lost, but it had to go on from one of those teams would have had to choose to go on to the next round. From there, then it's Netherlands and Japan still. So then the only thing that would have changed is who was facing Japan, Dominicans or USA. And if Netherlands ain't got the full, from what I know, I don't know that many superstars from the Netherlands that play in the Okay.
Xander Bogaerts.
Okay, Russell Simmons.
Anyways, go on.
What I'm trying to
Go
say
ahead.
is Puerto Rico still would have ended up beating the Netherlands. Let's say because they had Hanley, they have Jansen, So it could have been a different outcome. But that being said, one man doesn't change the whole game. Like them, let's say Puerto Rico would have blew. Yeah, but the thing is that what if Puerto Rico would have blew them out?
Kluber. I mean,
yeah, Kluber got smacked in the World Series. What do you want to say? What's your thing? Dexter Fowler hit a home run on the first.
Okay,
pitch.
but that's pitching.
I don't want.
I don't know, man.
Okay, then what's your argument of Johnny Cueto changing a team of his pitching?
I think you can still change it. I definitely think Schwarber changed it up for Cubs.
But then you're going against your own argument.
It is valid.
But
it's
you're going
valid.
against your own argument.
Because I'm saying.
You're saying Jansen.
No, it's
you're
not.
Saying Jansen.
It's not.
Well,
I think Cueto.
But then you're saying Cueto would have done it.
But that's besides the point. That's besides the point. Because if USA still had Kershaw and all the
but what
guys,
I'm trying to say,
what
I'm trying to say is that it would have still ended up being Puerto Rico or one of these other teams, either Dominican or U.S. in the championship. It would have not changed. Because you know what? They still have to play Venezuela.
They still lost. They would have gone whacked. I just don't think.
As long as I defeated you in your argument,
as long as I beat you in your argument, I think you ain't gonna beat me in this argument because it's true. Because one man does make a difference. One man does make a difference, bro. One man makes a difference.
One man made a difference. Exactly.
What I want to say is,
if USA
had Kershaw, bro, you know how many pitchers are coming from the USA? You got Kershaw, Scherzer, Bumgarner, you got Lester. How many? You got a whole rotation. That's a dream team.
Name them all.
That's a dream team.
Name them all. That still doesn't mean they're gonna win. How many? Do you know for a fact?
Yes, they would.
You know for a fact.
How would they
Kershaw
not? Yes, I know for a fact.
Scherzer would have won.
Yes, I know for a fact Kershaw would have won.
Stacked team.
Dominicans
didn't even have their best players.
They don't got to start. They could relieve. They could have done some lesser stuff. Bring them in the 8th inning and relieve and close that game.
But what if the lead's taken? My thing is, what if the lead's taken? What if Dominicans winning by like 5? You're gonna bring in Bumgarner to freaking relief?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't. That's a waste of an arm. Because on top of that, you have to. Because on top of
the World Championship,
there are rules. And when rules are there, they have to be followed. The rules are.
And that's why I don't like World Baseball. I don't know what the rules are for World Baseball.
There's pitching rules. You can. Some pitchers can. They can pitch one game. They can't pitch the next. On top of that, it's part of the thing.
Stroman pitched his ass off.
Yeah, but then
Stroman pitched his ass off.
But what I'm trying to say is, well, actually once because he lost the first time.
Once.
But what I'm trying to say is
barely.
But what I'm trying to say is
barely.
What I'm trying to say. Let me finish. But what I'm trying to say, look, I already lost what I was trying to tell you. Because you want to be ignorant and cut me off, bro.
You know what? Nah, it's cool, bro.
No, you want to keep talking about Stroman. The Puerto Rican, the half Puerto Rican that played against Puerto Rico to then beat Puerto Rico. The irony. A bunch of Puerto Ricans lost to Puerto Ricans.
Nah, it's cool.
A bunch of Puerto Ricans lost to Puerto Rican. Lost 2-8.
All right, man. You're right.
Go Cubs.
We're good. Shout out to Puerto Rico. Shout out to Cubs. Shout out to USA, man. All in all, baseball is definitely going to be one of the great sports on earth. Great tournament, man.
Stroman breaks his leg.
You guys have a great day. Enjoy that rest of that March Madness.
Go Jayhawks.
Enjoy the rest of that March. You're gonna curse us. Now. All right.
Go Jayhawks.
The rest of that March Madness. Y'all have a great weekend and enjoy it. You know,
I'm gonna go cry.
Sauce,
I'm gonna go cry while I get the sad thing is I bought my Puerto Rico hat and it still hasn't gotten shipped yet. I'm gonna ship it back to Fanatics because I don't want it anymore. We'll send it back.
All right, bro.
All right, dude. I'll see you around, bro.
You have a good one, all right, man.
Peace out, son.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.